Welcome to the Jordan Leer program, episode 93. Happy 4th of July week to all of the working class people out there. What are you doing with your Monday through Wednesday? Are you half-assing it? Are you pretending like you're there? You're just, let's just coast it till about Wednesday at noon before we start hammering it. And then you realize, wait, I do this every week. This is the same way I live every week. I always pretend I'm working and I never am, and I'm always waiting for Wednesday, but I'm usually waiting for Monday night or Tuesday night or fucking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The party never stops, as Michael J. Fox said. Michael J. Fox is a great addict. Oh, I love 4th of July week. I don't know why. I get so into America. I wear this shirt every year. I found this fucking patriotic Stars and Stripes get up at a thrift store for like $10, and I've worn it consistently every year since 2018. It's pretty on the money. It's a great material. I've had Uber passengers offer to buy it off of me. Ain't gonna sell it, bitch. I love 4th of July. I love America. I love patriots. I love patriotism. I love the election. I love every president that's ever lived, even the ones that are still there in office. Every single one of them. I love America. I love the war. I love all wars. I love the Vietnam War the most. Has some of the best movies. World War II is pretty cool, but it gets a little played out. And it's a little too gray and bronze with the fucking whatever. I love the 90s war, the first Iraq war. What was that one? Operation, it wasn't a war. It was Operation Desert Storm. It wasn't a war. I'm sorry. Operation Desert Storm. Before the 9/11 war on terror. Before the Iraq war. I know it's pronounced Iraq. I've had people correct me on that too many times, but I'm like, that's the way Michael B. Jordan says it in Black Panther. When I was in Iraq. What other war do I like? The current war. I love Ukraine, Russia, but that has nothing to do with us. So I can't get involved in Gaza, Palestine, whatever. I would love those wars, but I can't because they're not American. And I'm fucking Team America. I love the Korean War. No one knows shit about that. I'm gonna try and name every fucking war. The American Revolution. Was that the first one? Was that the 1776? Fuck yeah. I love the Civil War. Oh, because that's America and America. Oh, that's a good one, baby. Oh, that's like chocolate and vanilla. I get both the... What other war? The fucking, I don't know, French-Indian War? Or are we a part of that one? The Mexican-American War. That had to be something, right? I feel like we fought the Mexicans once, and then now they're all the military, basically. I don't want to leave any war out. World War I. I'm sorry, WW1, but no one fucking remembers you because the sequel was better. It's kind of like Empire Strikes Back or The Godfather Part 2. It's just, that's the one people fucking, that's the Two Towers. That's Clerks 2. What else do I love about America? Everything. Did I name all the wars? There had to be some in there. Vietnam's the best, though. That's got the Creedence Clearwater songs in it. So, R.I.P. Vietnam War. Just like Robert Duvall says in Apocalypse Now. Someday this war will end. That's pretty good. I think it was an alright take, actually. They might have used that. Hey, why ain't I in every fucking military movie ever? I get the auditions for them like once a week. Why can't you just fucking... I'm looking at my haircut as I record this video. I'm like, It ain't bad, baby. It ain't fucking bad. I could do some fucking push-ups. I could do some fucking, some chin-ups. I could do some, sir, yes, sir, fucking. I don't know. I don't know why I get, on the real, I get into all sorts of themes as I do. If you watch this program, you watch the podcast, that's how I watch movies on theme. And I don't understand because I do get into it, but on the real, if we're going to real, maybe we'll go put on the fucking, oh shit. Okay, here's what we're going to do. On the real, the Jordan Leer program, the real. It's kind of funny that I get all into 4th of July because, I don't think the election is real. I don't think voting matters at all. My sister was in the military. It fucking took a toll on her. They show up and they really take advantage of the middle class at Walmart by recruiting you. You get in this nonsensical war. The atrocities that happen within it are really terrible. I don't think war is good. Even a lot of war movies are a little too fucking overdramatic. It's like, what the fuck are we fucking doing here? Continually disillusioned. It feels a little culty every time you got to pledge allegiance. You know what I mean? It feels a little bit. I just love people. I'm like, why are we picking teams? When we get all fired up about America, it freaks me out a little bit how, Bears fans want to kill Packers fans or whatever. Maybe Yankees, Red Sox is a better fucking thing for that. I don't know, but I love America. I love America. I'm voting for all the presidents. I am voting for both presidents. In fact, here's my take on the election. Here's this. Sorry if this is unpopular. I think both candidates are great. Yeah. I think number 45 and number 46 are the two greatest presidents we've ever had. And the only problem is that they're not running under the same ticket as the same president. All of Americans are a bunch of babies out there. Oh, this one's all sleepy and the other one's all racist. Beep, 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 beep. These are the most misunderstood, most highly intelligent, highly functional human beings we could ever ask for, okay? They're great presidents. They make great decisions. Everything they say has an air of peace to it. There's no hate speech involved in either of their rhetoric. They're great candidates. Will everyone quit bitching and just get on board and vote for both of them? Okay? Let's take 45 plus 46. All right? What do we get? Let's do the math real quick. What do we get? 91. Let's make them... Let's call it president number 91. Fuck 47. Moving on past gosh darn 47. Episode 91 should have been all about this. President number 91 will be Joe Trump, Hunter Biden, Kamala Harris. Let's have Palin in there. Let's form everyone together. Like that movie Face Off, okay? Let's just take all of the good faces and blend them together and make one mash of a president, okay? And then call it a day. I think they're great. They're the funniest candidates since George Bush and Bill Clinton and then George Bush before then. How many fucking idiots do we got to cycle through this before anyone thinks? I'm sorry, get out there and vote or die. Oh, man, it's the only freedom you have. Hey, vote for you, yeah. It makes a fucking difference. Yeah. Shut up. I don't know. I don't know. Ugh. The only thing I've learned about people that get fired up about the election is that they're poor and rich and somewhere in the middle. But more than anything, they're all bored and they got no passion in life. Zero. How could you? You're so worried about everyone else and what they think and what they like and how could you? That's what I don't know. I just love our presidents that we've had the last two so good. They're the best. And everyone needs to fucking man up and just vote for both of them. Sorry. God, country, core. Okay? Get out there to the 4th of July. Go across state lines. Buy some fireworks. Sneak them back to your place. Okay? Go with your family to the baseball fields. Light them off while all the other families are watching, and yours will have this big uncomfortable fight inside the car, and it'll be a memory that you never forget. But mom and dad bickering, and that's what fireworks will always remind you of. You know, some soldiers go in there with PTSD. Some people see a and they're like, holy shit, you'll never be happy with one person. Oh my God. What? Cook some hot dogs. Hot dogs, 4th of July. I don't know. It's the movies. You know the greatest movies of all time to watch this time of year? I know because I write them down. Forrest Gump, Jaws, Independence Day, The Sandlot, Apollo 13, Armageddon, Joe Dirt, Pearl Harbor, Top Gun. Michael Bay has 2 movies on that list. Okay. And that's why he is the greatest filmmaker of all time. He's our Spielberg, and you guys just weren't ready for it yet. Just like you weren't ready for 45 and 46. And you're going to be so sad with this fucking 47. It's not going to be either, I bet. It's going to be some other fucking weird thing, and you're going to be wishing you're 45, 46, and you wish you went on with Jordan's idea of fucking president number 91, but you didn't because you're not patriots. I'm a patriot. I forgot to add National Treasure to that list. That's a very good movie this time of year to watch. Nicolas Cage. I'm wearing a red light, Riley. That's not a good Nick Cage impression. And that's fine, because I'm voting for 45 and 46 is number 91. I'm going to put that in the ballot. They're going to have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay? This ain't your bozo Super Sunday show. You know what I fucking mean? Face off. All right, okay. Although I think that was a good 4th of July episode. I feel good about that rant. I feel something. I guess there's more podcasts left. I'll get to it. All right. Next segment.
There's a dickhead and a shithead sucking on your
Welcome back to the Jordan Leer Program, episode 93, The Patriot. Sponsored this week, as always. You can subscribe to my Patreon. Give me $1. Look up Jordan Leer on Patreon.com. See my private Instagram. Just give me a like, or block. Give me some subscribe and block and dislike and all that stuff. Anyway, sponsored this week. I kind of have to do it myself. I tried getting everyone from you remember after 9/11? Seeing everyone in New York of all the different nationalities and ethnicities. Oh, one nationality. I'm sorry. Under all the Americans in that ad of different backgrounds and ethnicities and cultural backgrounds saying, I am an American. I'm an American. I'm an American. I'm an American. The I'm American commercial. I don't know. I'm a 9/11 baby. That shit sticks in my head, just like POD's Alive coming out like the next day. Every day is a new day. I thank God for every breath I take. I won't take it for granted. I give it like I took a bad banana. It's a beautiful day. I think U2's Beautiful Day came out around that time, and so did I am an American. I'm getting canceled from anything I could possibly, but there goes that fucking military role. Why won't Ridley Scott call me back? I am an American. Yeah. Well, gosh darn right. Well, I don't know. I'll say that. Okay, let's move on. Heading over to fan questions now on episode 93, The Patriot. Actually, I kind of want to get back to that thing I was saying about I'm an American, 9/11. I went to Ground Zero last weekend here in New York City. I went with my girlfriend. We kind of stumbled upon it, and I was like, oh shit, it's Ground Zero. And I was like, cool. And everyone looked, they're like, fuck, check that guy. I'm like, no, I just think it's, I'm like, I can just, people were falling from here and jumping like it was the end of the stock market and shit. That's the fucking difference. Hey, I was 11 when 9/11 happened. And it stuck in my head to the point that if I meet anyone in New York that grew up in New York, I ask them about their 9/11 story. I was at a Thanksgiving dinner with all these like hippies that were in their 60s. I got invited to like a couple years back, and after one glass of wine, I'm like, "So where were you on 9/11?" And they were like, 90th Street. It's like fucking crazy. And they're like, it was pretty far away. I was like, no, it wasn't. Constantine, Michigan was pretty far away. You were fucking... They were like, my kids were in school down there. I was like, oh, you went down there? They're like, no, there's this kind of far. I was like, fucking really? I don't know. It's fascinating. 9/11 on the vid. Okay. I was gonna do fan questions. Okay. Fan questions. I'm getting this. This is a recurring fan question, or comment, rather. There's a recurring fan comment I get. It was just some video I did, and someone says, don't quit your day job. Thanks for the fucking hot tip. Who doesn't have a day job in this world? What are you talking about? You know how much actors don't make? Look at fucking Terrence Howard doing fucking math now for a living. Kevin Spacey's got to sell his fucking house. There's a little lawsuit involved, but there ain't no money. Art is for fun. Y'all don't understand this if you've never tried pursuing art on a real level, but there's no money in it. It's very much a hobby. If you book an acting gig, the SAG minimum is $1,000 per day, which is incredible, but you don't book jobs every day. It's not a 9 to 5. It just doesn't work like that. And let me tell you this that no one wants to say. Most everyone that is like a full-time actor is full of shit. They're actually getting most of their bills paid off. Even if they're full-grown adults, it's generational wealth. It's their parents paying their bills, or you know what a lot of actors do? They get into a real estate game, and they tell people that they're paying their bills with acting and shit. No, you're fucking not, dude. Your parents invested your money, and then it's safe. Like your grandparents had enough money, decided it, so you can pretend to work and make some financial moves here and there, and I'm a working actor. No, you're fucking not. Even fucking Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt and those guys, trust me, they're making way more money on their fucking business moves. There's a reason that The Rock sells tequila and George Clooney sells tequila. It's because they gotta sell booze to all of us idiots. So this don't quit your day job. What fucking? I never have quit my day job. What are you fucking? What, never gonna? You put me as Johnny Storm tomorrow, which I should be. That's another topic of discussion. I'm still getting back on the roof the next day, and I don't mind doing that either. Actually, I like my job. You know. Okay, so Mr. Typey, never tried doing art in my whole life. Don't quit your fucking... Thank you, I'm not. Thanks for the hot tip. I'm never going to quit my day job. I like working. It's great. Fulfills the art. I like my job. I like who I work with. It's some of the most fucking physically demanding, hardest shit you could ever think of to do for money in the world. I did stand-up comedy. I don't know. I went to L.A. and drove around and made money off fucking Uber. Like, I've done it all. I've done fucking high school wrestling, high school football. I've done everything hard in this life. Don't worry, buddy. I won't quit my day job because it pays me money. And I love doing this podcast, but it don't. Ain't never gonna. It's fun. Next fan comment. Man, I was talking about Team America World Police. And I got people fighting over whether or not Team America is a millennial movie. Yeah, someone's like, that's a great millennial movie. And someone's like, it's not a millennial movie. It's a Gen Z movie. It's a Gen X. I was like, who the fucking... Ugh. I love films, but there's just so few people you can actually have a conversation with. Like, some of my friends, it's just tough, dude, because people get so within their convictions and they're like, that's not a sci-fi, it's a fantasy fucking movie, so your argument is bullshit. And they take all the piss out of it, They take the fun opinions out of such and such, and same-o. So someone was getting mad at me at my hot take on Superbad, because I was like, I don't like watching Superbad near as much as I used to. I just don't, I wasn't trying to shit on it. I was trying to give an honest assessment of where Jordan is as a 33-year-old who saw that movie 5 times in movie theaters, was obsessed with it, and inspired my really inspired me to be a filmmaker. And they're like, oh, is this your hot take going against the grain because everyone else likes the movie? I'm like, yes. Yeah. As much as I dislike every comment I get, I gotta love it because it's what I'm getting, baby. It's what it gets some heat. I think it adds to the views, keep them coming. Another comment is, are you wasted during these? No, I'm not. I'm not wasted during these. I don't think I've ever been wasted for any of these podcasts. I have some beers. Usually crack open the first one. Smoke some weed throughout it, I gotta say. No, I don't like being as much as I do, I love to drink, and I love to drink and play guitar, especially live. It's really fun. And there's a threshold to that, obviously. I don't like to drink and do stand-up, even though I have done it. And I like alcohol, so sometimes I'm like, oh, I'd feel better if I did it. It's, and podcasting. You know why? I lose control of my tongue. And my, it's just like going down on a lady. It ain't that good after you're drinking, man. Make sure you show up and do your voice exercises before you hit that whistle. You know what I mean? Okay, that's too graphic. That's too much. This isn't that type of show. I don't even like sex in the movies. And I love sex and I love the movies. It says something about that. No, I'm not wasted during these. I have a beer now and then. I feel exhausted by the end of these. I will tell you that. I try to do my podcast in a way where I just fucking let it spit. And that's for editing purposes. I just don't want to go back and fine tune things. I don't want to plan it out either. I want to go on a fucking riff. So at the end of it, my brain feels fried. And yours probably does too if you listen to this. And I know who's listening. My boss, Dill, and my girlfriend, Samantha. I appreciate you both. I love you, Sammy. And if I said I love you, Dill, I think my girlfriend would come home and fucking murder me. And I might get thrown off the roof tomorrow for not saying I love you, Dill. But if you cut out that little part, you could have that for yourself, Dill. You could have that part where I said I don't say I love you, Dill. I didn't say I don't. I just said I'm not going to say it because fucking, hey. This turned into a weird gay thing. And that's just what I want the election to be. Okay? Instead of everyone having to pick one or pick the other, why can't we just get Hunter Biden in there with fucking little Trump fucking Jr., the kid that shot up way too fast, and have them hold hands and say, now we're brothers. Trump and Biden are fucking. Dude, if Trump and Biden came out and said, we're having sex, no one could say anything about it. No one could say shit. If they, I fucking double dog dare them to walk out at the next fucking debate and be like, hey, I don't know if this is okay, but we're fucking. I'm fucking Hunter. Trump is fucking me. Or wait, that's incest. Oh, God. Next comment. You are cringe. Why would anyone say that? Based on the words or subject matter that I choose for so-called art. They said you are cringe? Okay. Yeah, good luck with your life, buddy. Yeah, I'm sitting here spitting gold. 1 × 1 = 3, motherfucker. Next comment. Theo Von wannabe. Ha! Ha! You think I want the amount of money that Theo Von has, or the tour dates, or fan access, or any of the love he gets online? Do you think I want that kind of following? Stuff that pays the bills and makes it so I don't have to go to work every day? You think I really want to be anything like Theo Von? Funny. He's hilarious. He's good looking. I think he's very honest. He has great guests. You think I want to be anything like Theo Von? Really? Yeah. Okay, sure. Well, I do. Because he's got a good podcast. And he's funny and people like him. I was out in LA doing stand-up at all the mics when he was headlining, and I've only heard good things about him. I never heard one bad story about Theo Von. Why would I want to be anything like him? Hater. Yeah, right. I don't want to be like Theo Von. Funny? Fuck you, bitch. I do get the Theo Von wannabe thing a lot whenever I post like some of my redneck clips, my fucking Jim Lakin, when I'm letting it loose back in Constantine, out on the lake there or some shit. I don't know if I can. Why you gotta hate on Leo Von? I don't know. I don't think he's even as shocking or as dirty as me per se. Why you gotta drag him into this? Theo didn't ask for this. All right, I should wrap this up. I got too much editing to do at this fucking point. The podcast was meant to be 10 minutes long. Next segment.
Oh, ain't that America? You and me, babe. Ain't that America?
All right. Time for the meat and potatoes. It's time for the... Oh, no, I got a better one. It's time for the stars and stripes of this podcast. That's right. The list of movies, books, TV shows, events of musical grandeur that I downloaded onto the brain this week. I write down all the shit I do, you know? I got this idea from Steven Soderbergh years ago. He used to write down all the movies he watched. Now I fucking do it. I'm trying to make a whole podcast out of it. I get patriotic as fuck, as I said. I listed off, let me just glance over what 4th of July movies should be. Obviously, you can watch movies about presidents. You know, there's like Woody Harrelson, LBJ. There's The American President with Michael Douglas. There's Vice with what's his fucking name? Batman. Christian Bale plays Dick Cheney. That's a fucking kick-ass movie. Steve Carell is Donald Rumsfeld and shit. There's Lincoln. The fucking Daniel Day-Lewis plays Lincoln. Fucking Steven Spielberg movie. That's great. You know, you can watch war movies. The greatest war movie of all time is Apocalypse Now. Toss in some Thin Red Line, some Black Hawk Down, Pearl Harbor. God, those are just some great ones. I don't know, even like American Sniper. Like, I don't love it all the way, but, just put it on. It's 4th of July. Put some shit on. Think about PTSD. Put the Hurt Locker on there. Put the Hurt Locker on a motherfucker. Put a 0 Dark 30 and them killing Osama bin Laden. She says it's not him. Fucking Chris Pratt whooping ass and shit. Or I like space movies. You get your Apollo 13. Apollo 13 makes math cool, motherfucker. Think about that. Fucking Paxton up in space. Kevin Bacon. Fucking, oh man, Lieutenant Dan has to stay down below though. Fucking Jim, what the fuck is that? Gary Sinise. Gary Sinise is a great actor, director, play director. He's really in the theater. I love Gary Sinise. Lieutenant Dan. Or you can just watch good American movies like Forrest Gump or Joe Dirt. You can really think about America. Even like Stand By Me. He's got a summer American feel. And then Jaws. Jaws is a shark movie. It's about to get into shark season, but fucking, hey. Jaws is all about them trying to keep the beaches open for the 4th of July. Is that not... That's great. That's amazing, I just watch all the Transformer movies. There's a combination of space and America. John Voight playing the president. Shia LaBeouf. There's a lot of reasons to watch Transformers. Yeah. You got to get it in there. Get it in. But what have I watched up to this point? It's not all war movies. It's not all. I've a lot more than just war movies. I've seen a lot of good movies. I watch almost every year. My 3rd favorite Coen Brothers movie, Burn After Reading. After The Big Lebowski and No Country for Old Men. This tends to be a real sleeper favorite. So it's like as funny as The Big Lebowski. And if I keep watching it, it will be as memorable as those lines. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think, like, what are the fucking lines? You think that's a fucking Schwinn? That is so fucking funny. You don't have any Gatorade here? I mean, I bike so far. I have some tap water. Really? Oswald Cox, we have your shit. I thought you would like to know the whereabouts of your shit. I just found it in the floor. It was just lying there. You didn't find this. It was just lying there. All right, I'm just fucking. This is a movie just like The Big Lebowski that the first time I watched it, I turned it off. I couldn't make it through. Both of those movies, yeah. Two of my favorite fucking movies ever. I could not finish them. I remember I rented it in college at Michigan State. They had a little in-dorm thing downstairs. You go and check out DVDs. And I was like, oh, Big Lebowski's great. I was trying to get into filmmakers. Watched Coen Brothers movies. I hadn't seen many of their movies yet. Did not like it. And then I just put it on another time when I was getting back into Coen Brothers movies. And I just loved it. And I just, George Clooney being like, maybe I'll get a run in. Or fucking John Malkovich being like, I know what you're saying. Whose ass didn't I kiss? You have a drinking problem. You have a drinking problem. Burn After Reading is a very good movie. Holy wow. Sorry, I had to pause the podcast there for a second. Girlfriend walked in to the home. Getting caught podcasting is more embarrassing than fucking jerking off or fucking, I don't know, even dropping a deuce or I don't know. It just doesn't, it's not good recording your mental illness, for something that only she's probably going to watch. And my boss. And she's very supportive of me. Even when she catches me masturbating, she says, why are you doing that without me? Anyways, I watched Cannibal the Musical. Trey Parker's first film he made in college. It's this musical film. People forget that fucking Trey Parker is a musical guy at his core. Like South Park, the movie, all the TV shows, it's got all these fucking musical numbers. Team America World Police is a musical. No one addresses that. No one brings that the fuck up. Oh, there's something with people with high-level musician brains. And I know he's like high-level because it takes that to write that, and he performs it. He performs all like the voices with Matt Stone and sings on all those songs for real and writes those songs. Wrote all the fucking Team America songs. There's some sort of Bo Burnham shit that like when you're just that good at music, you're just like smart, man. Like you're just like even thinking kind of at a different frequency, I don't know, fucking much. I found out he wrote this and made this movie and I watched it and I'm not a musical guy. I'm just not, even though one of my favorite movies is Singing in the Rain. It's just not usually my bag of tea. It's great. It's great. What was this? This is like a kind of a Western musical about cannibals and shit. Kind of the true story of this guy from Colorado that, I don't know, was tried for fucking eating people, and then it turned out they couldn't convict him because the state of Colorado wasn't a state yet or something, so they couldn't impose their state laws on the crimes they committed time-wise. Maybe? Is that the thing? It's a great movie. Trey Parker. He's great. I heard he named one of like the animals they hate or some bad character. I don't know. Some stupid character in this movie was named after his ex-girlfriend. Attaboy. Then I watched a movie that keeps sticking with me called The Company Men, which was recommended to me by my boss. It was bossed over to me by him. It was ordered. It was homework after the event. The Company Men. Ben Affleck movie about a guy who does white collar shit and then fucking financial crisis. I think one of the real financial crises is around 2008 or something. It's around that time frame. And then he's got to end up taking a blue collar job working for his brother-in-law, Kevin Costner, who's got a construction company. And needless to say, for Jordan, it's a little reminiscent after fucking being out in LA working for lawyers and in courtrooms and putting on the button-up tie and other shit like that and acting, and now I'm fucking slinging around plywood and roofing paper and fucking fuck the fuck. Am I gonna get these names right? I was gonna say the glue that we use. I don't know. I don't know. Just glue, just heavy fucking glue, heavy buckets of glue all fucking day. The Company, man. I love this fucking movie. I do. And Ben Affleck. You know, people talk shit about Ben Affleck. They're, you know, or they used to for sure. They're like, I don't like Ben Affleck. It's like, yeah, because he plays a dick in almost every fucking movie, and he's good at it. He's a good actor, baby. Ben Affleck, sorry, he's just fucking good. If I pull up, you're still working here, I'll kill you. I mean, that's it. I'll fucking do it, you know. You know, maybe I'm meant for this, but you ain't meant for this. Ben Affleck is fucking awesome. He plays a real dick in this, where he's like, you know, he loses his job because all those white collar jobs, you know, in real life, whatever, you crunchy numbers, whatever. It's just all it's made up bullshit. You're not doing anything. No one's doing anything at those fucking things. Okay, so it's just relationships you have with people, and fucking. Ben gets canned, and Tommy Lee Jones is in this movie. He's fucking great. Tommy Lee Boss is a good guy. He's a boss. He loses his job though at the company, even though he's a white collar guy, and they get fired by the billionaire. Who's the fucking actor that plays him? The same guy that is as Coach, the '90s sitcom. Not Ed O'Neill. I don't know. He got fired. He's got to take a job with Kevin Costner, and it's illustrated so real about what that work is and how you can't believe you're doing it for money. Because it's just like, you know, most humans say, you know, we all got to move shit from now and then. We got to lift up something heavy, okay? Well, imagine doing that at 6 a.m., and then you don't stop until fucking 2:30 or 3, whenever you're 8 hours, like for just 8 hours straight, you just do that. Ben Affleck, I think he illustrates it good when he, you know, he's struggling to carry this one piece of fucking fucking deck, or like, it's the OSB, it's the plywood that's super heavy. He's taking up these flights, he's throwing it, and Kevin Costner's like, yeah, next time bring 2. It's just that. I'm like, you just can't imagine doing it again until you do it, and you're fine. I love Kevin Costner grinning at him and being like, oh, it's easy work, ain't it? Yeah, just like taking them from the inbox to the outbox, right? And I get that Kevin Costner thing where you just like, you look at the white collar work and you're like, what are you doing for fucking, this thing, I don't know, this world we live in, numbers and technology and lights and flickering. You need people around pressing buttons. You got to do it. I love The Company, man. Who else? Chris Cooper is in this. Did he kill himself? I think so. Yeah, he can't handle it. He's got another where he talks about he used to do welding work, and he's like, they think this is tough. I used to weld 60 hours a week inside of a fucking little tunnel. I love it. I love the work. I love getting on the train at 5 a.m., 4:45, whenever I can catch it, and seeing all the highlighter green and orange. And I'm like, wow, we're all just the worker bees. Whoa. Going into the hive to get the fucking, where they even color us like the worker bees so that we know fucking who's. Manual labor is a trip. Anything's a trip. All right. Then I watched Transformers 2 and 3. And all I can say is I've matured as a human. Or dematured, whatever. Maybe I'm different. When these movies came out in my early 20s, they made me mad. Because I was Mr. like, a movie should be like this. I loved big budget. I've always loved big budget popcorn stuff. But I was, you know, from 2005 on that Christopher Nolan train where I'm like, this is what a movie should be. Duh. It should be serious but fun. And the truth is, Christopher Nolan's a great filmmaker. You can't expect everyone to just do that thing. And if you want that thing forever, then you're probably an idiot. You got to mix it up. I rewatched Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon. These movies are fine. They're fine. Hey, they're not as good as The Dark Knight. They're not that. I'm not saying that. I'm just like, they really used to make me mad because I just expected every franchise to be as good as what Christopher Nolan's Batman was in being grounded, yet still making me flick the popcorn into my mouth, baby. Dark Knight Rises doesn't make sense. Anyways, I watched the Transformers movies, and I love... They're really great American movies this time of year because of the military aspect and the president aspect and the space. Space exploration is such a big part of being, American patriotism, because it was like, beat the Russians, get to the moon, beat the Chinese ones. I like Michael Bay. He's a good visual artist. I think he's even more than that. I think he's got good jokes. I think he's got a good sense of humor on screen. I think he's way more than just a visual art. I think he's got he's got a tone that very much, I don't know. Don't make me sit here and blow Michael Bay all night, because I will. I'll do it. Give me that Optimus Prime cock over here. All right, then I watched Da 5 Bloods. I love Spike Lee. Spike Lee is a fucking great filmmaker, man. He really is. And, Da 5 Bloods is really just a cool story. It's just a cool story about these soldiers that were together, and they're, the four of them, and they're honoring their leader, actually, that died in Vietnam. And they want to go back and recover his remains. And at the same time, there's a treasure hunt involved with flashbacks to the things he was teaching them about being black guys in the war. And also there's gold. So there's like a fucking treasure hunt in there. And Spike Lee loves Apocalypse Now. I know that's one of his favorite films. I wonder if maybe it's his favorite. Same like it is for me. Oh, and there's all the, hey, great artists reference other art and pay tribute to the art that inspired them, and no one does that better than Spike Lee in a lot of cases, dude. He even has the Apocalypse Now poster. You got them going up the river. The stuff he does with movies in that sense, where he's kind of, hey, it's its own movie. It ain't Apocalypse Now. It ain't like that. It's its own fucking cool thing, but it's good. I wish I remember the name of the actor that plays the main guy with PTSD, whose son shows up. But Jonathan Majors in this movie. Jeez, I forget about that. I love Jonathan Majors' acting. I know he went down. I know it ain't good. I know all actors are pieces of shit for the most part. Maybe I am too, but I just love his acting. But the guy who plays his dad is a great actor. Same guy that he's in Gone in 60 Seconds. That's what I remember him from. I'm sure he's been in a bunch of shit. He's a fucking really good actor. They all are. Everyone in this movie. His sticks out to me. Chadwick Boseman's one of his... Gosh. I would say one of his last roles. They're all one of his last roles. Can't believe that. He's so good in this movie. So Paul Walter Hauser. Oh, dude, I used to see it. Flappers. I bet he doesn't remember me at all. He was so nice to me. He was so cool. He worked at Flappers. He was a comedian, actor himself. He gave me advice. He gave a lot of people advice on trying to get into the business and stuff. And he's in this movie. I remember his last night, or one of them for sure, asking him. He said something about not working there anymore. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I kind of booked an acting gig," and I didn't realize it, but he was in this fighting MMA show that Joe Daddy Stevenson was on, and Frank Grillo even. He had some smaller parts, and then he got some bigger parts. He's in this fucking... He's been in 2 Spike Lee films, as far as I know. He's in Black Klansman as well. Grand Rapids boy, too. Nothing but good things to say about Mr. Walter Hauser. That is a fucking fantastic, inspiring actor. No doubt about it. Fuck, man. That's my cool Hollywood story. Some people would be like, "Oh, did you ever meet anyone famous out there?" I was like, "Yeah, I met Paul Walter Hauser, is badass actor, worked with Clint Eastwood, and Spike Lee's gonna be in the new Fantastic Four movie. They're like, who is that? I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, but you know who he is probably because he's badass. He's in Blackbird with Taron Egerton. I don't know. I saw him. I saw him and Andy Dick. Hollywood, it's crazy. All right. And I watched A Quiet Place because the new one's coming out. And I think I'm just going to toss this all together now. I went to the theaters. To see A Quiet Place Part 1. Or, I'm sorry. I saw A Quiet Place day 1. Yeah. Day 1. Down since day 1. Don't make a sound since day 1. Down since day 1. How about don't make a sound since day 1? Oh, A Quiet Place is a great franchise that I'm sure a lot of producers just heard the premise of aliens come down and if you make a sound they kill you, and they're like, eh. But no, it's perfect. It's simple. It's perfect. It's fucking great. It's a great concept. In the very first movie with Krasinski and Blunt, and it's the beauty of that movie is you're really watching a family deal with all of their real life issues that they would anyways. Just having a family of 4/5, and there's a loss of a kid involved, and there's aliens, and keeping the family together with another pregnancy, all this other shit. It's the same issues you would feel, but they're heightened because of the horror elements. And that is what great horror is. Teach that at a class, motherfucker. Show that on your fucking professor YouTube thing. I don't know. I think that's really the beauty of A Quiet Place and any horror movie, but they've continued to do it. I can't remember. I got to rewatch the second one to remember if it was good. But the new one with Lupita Nyong'o, she's dealing with these mental issues and she's going through cancer, and she's an artist. It's a lot of things that she would be dealing with. You could make a whole movie about her and her issues without the aliens about to snatch you and eat you because, fucking you bumped into a glass and knocked it off the floor. And oh my God, now you really realize she's a poet. Fucking thunderstorm screaming, She's screaming at the thunderstorm, but she's doing it because every time the lightning strikes, it's her chance to scream without the alien bugs. Fucking, Interested to see. I'm interested to see what the Quiet Place franchise goes because they're going to make more of them because they keep making money. And gosh, you put up 3 pretty darn good sustainable films. You might as well make 11 more. You could make 11 shitty ones based on those. I'm sorry. In today's day and age, you could make 30 shitty A Quiet Place films based on those 3 great ones. I think it's a multiplier of 10. Anyways, the guy who's the main lead in this is going to be Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four, and I don't think he's a bad actor at all. I think he's a fine actor. I'm sure he's worked hard in his career, and I will forever be bitter because I campaigned so hard to be Johnny Storm. I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's English. Hey, anytime I see a guy who's English, I'm like, oh, you got that English acting thing where you're just good at everything and you knew all the Shakespeare things ever. I'm so jealous. I have charisma. I grew up white trash. Doesn't that give me a little something that you don't got? Maybe the next one. Maybe the next Fantastic Four. Hey, I heard Fantastic Four takes place in an 838, not the 616 universe. So maybe there's a chance it's still me. Then I watched The Bad News Bears with Walter Matthau, and I just didn't realize what an acting inspiration this movie would be at this point in my life. Walter Matthau, fucking Dennis the Menace, grumpy neighbor. Yeah, one of the greatest actors of all time. I know he's done some theater, and I feel bad. I think he did one of The Odd Couples, which is just too on point. I was wondering if he did Zoo Story or not. He would be so fucking good at the Zoo Story. Walter Matthau. They remade this movie. Richard Linklater did with Billy Bob Thornton. And what's most surprising about that is Richard Linklater did it. the Linklater. He does a lot of these movies that are very much independent. He wrote them, but he has a couple of them like School of Rock, written by a different screenwriter, this movie star Jack Black, and he does this other one. Billy Bob Thornton shoehorned in there. Good Money Man. I don't know. It's interesting. Bad News Bears. That original one is so good. I get into baseball movies this time of year. You know, fire up the Major League, Major League 2, Major League back to the minors. A little bit of hardball. Maybe a kid gets shot, and that's why we got to win this championship in Chicago. Okay, Neo, welcome to this Matrix. Ugh. Feeling some tangents, but honestly, why wasn't the third Matrix, like when he goes in the architect room, why wasn't it a bunch of Keanu Reeves movies? Did they even try? I understand if you didn't do it, but did you try? That's all I want to hear is that you failed. That's just the speech I would have got in life. Gosh darn it. Did you try? And did you fail? Good. Then you did good. If you tried and failed, you did good. No one tells you that in fucking grade school, right, baby? See? I agree with myself on my podcast, and I picked a girl that agrees with everything I say. So, who's crazy now? Not everything I say. They were open-minded. She reminds me, mostly, but she tells me, she's like, this might be delusional. I just want to offer that to you, and I might leave if you keep it up. She's told me once or twice to get it together, and I love her. And then I watched a gay movie. I watched Rocket Man because it was Gay Pride Month, okay? And I do all sorts of gay shit during Gay Pride Month, including watch musical biopics. This is a good movie. And I waited to watch. This movie came out like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was riding the coattails of Bohemian Rhapsody, which I disliked, even though it was a spot-on imitation performance. It was really spot-on. I just didn't like the movie, the way it came together. I knew the backstory, some Bryan Singer bullshit involved. Anyways, Rocket Man's really good, and it's done in a musical style. Not a musical. It is a musical. But like every time you hear the Elton John song, it's basically a backstory of how that song was made. Taron Egerton's acting is incredible. The songs are great. I don't even think you hear Elton John's actual voice in this, which is I kind of like in a way, in a filmic way, to just keep that verisimilitude of this is the performer. This is Elton John. So this is him singing, this is Taron Egerton singing the musical songs. She packed bags last night, she fly. This whole movie is an AA meeting. It talks about sex and cocaine and his musical friendship, partnership with this one guy the whole time, which I'm glad they brought up because it's a big part that took two people to write the songs, and, you know, they always give credit. I'm a sex addict and a cocaine addict and a shopaholic, and I'm gay. And they're like, God damn, anything but the last one. And I'm like, gosh darn, it's Pride. I literally had 3 bigots out there while I was watching Rocket Man throw a fucking brick through my fucking window with a rainbow on it that said, move out. And I went out there and I talked to them, and it was a big misunderstanding. The brick was actually made out of cake. It was one of those is it cake things. And I was like, is it cake thing? I was wondering if is it gay thing. And we hung out. And we did all sorts of gay shit. We watched Bohemian Rhapsody, and we fought about it and argued like cats. And I have a pending lawsuit going on with them. Then I finished up Pride Month with the best gay movie of all time. I watched fucking Moonlight with Mahershala Ali. I just love this movie because he kicks the bully's ass and beats the fucking shit out of him, dude. Okay, we got all these movies about you fucking, oh, he's bullied and she hurt and the transformation took me over. But just give me the scene where he takes the fucking chair and whacks it over the motherfucker with dreads. That is so scary. I'm so frightened. The acting is so good in this fucking movie. Yo, with Little, or I don't know what that point he calls him. Forget Chiron. That's his fucking name. Yeah, that's his fucking name. Dude, that's so cool. It's like hand job, smack him with the chair. Let me see that. Then the movie coasts, and I'm glad to see him all fucking with the grills and swolled out. I'm a classic, man. I'll beat up motherfuckers for making fun of me and my mom. I'm a classic, man. I'm still gay. The movie ends after the hand job, smack him with the chair from me. And that's fine. It's so good that I don't mind sticking around for the ending where he's like, I just want to be touched again by another man, just consoled and held. It's been like, I had to make myself hard. When I left Atlanta, built myself hard. That's what I've said on every single date I've ever been in my life. When I left Atlanta, I built myself hard. Are you ready? All right. Now I'm starting to get the 4th of July movies going. And I put on White House Down. Channing Tatum fucking Jamie Foxx movie. You know, I feel for White House Down because I know they started making this movie and they're like, this isn't going to be as good as National Treasure. You can't, you know. They just realized that breaking into the White House or fucking taking control of it was never going to be as cool as stealing the Declaration of Independence. It's just not. It's just Channing Tatum's a hot guy. It's cool. It's cool. Jamie Foxx is a hot guy. It's cool. Fucking. It's not as cool as Nick Cage and the other guy that gets kidnapped in The Hangover stealing the Declaration of Independence. You just I don't know. It's not even better than Book of Secrets. It's not even better than Book of Secrets with Ed Harris and the assassination of Abe Lincoln and clearing John Voight's name. You didn't even realize that. Okay? You forgot about Book of Secrets, but you would put it on over White House Down. Just remember that. I'm right about that, okay? 1 + 1 = 3 × 1 = Dale Earnhardt, and I'm coming for you, Sterling Marlin, I swear to gosh. And then I'm just casually, I'm watching Born on the 4th of July, one of the greatest. I was about to say one of the greatest war movies. It's not. I don't like this movie that much, but I love Tom Cruise and I love his acting all throughout it. I don't know, maybe if I watched it, I see him flipping around in the wheelchair with his mustache and he's drunk, and I kind of love it actually. Tom Cruise is a great fucking actor. That's what I remember about this. I don't love the movie as a whole, but you know, he meets Willem Dafoe in this movie, and Willem Dafoe is like, he does this crazy tongue thing in it. That's what I remember about. Someday this movie will end. Tom Cruise. You know what I remember most about this is born on the 4th of July. He's born on the 4th of July. And then he goes to war and he accidentally kills someone in friendly fire and he gets freaked out, and then he goes home and he gets real disillusioned with the war. He doesn't like the way they're treating vets, and he doesn't like the reasons they fought. And then he becomes this other vet, this new type of guy that's like anti-war. He's like, fuck this is bullshit. And he's trying to stick up for all the vets. But before that, he hates people like that. I just remember him being like, love it or leave it. Love it or leave it. It's America. He's like going after protests at Columbia University and shit. Love it or leave it. That's me. That's me from here on out with the election. Anytime anyone complains about Papa Trump or Uncle Biden or any of the greatest presidents that have ever existed that are fully coherent, number 45 and 46, they're going to join together and become 91. If anyone complains about today's president or yesterday's or tomorrow's, I'm just going to say, love it or leave it. Tom Cruise is my dad.
There's a dickhead
Someday this podcast will
and a
end.
shithead sucking on your mama's tits. There's a meth head and a shit's red. She's in a 7-Eleven throwing fits. But she's got a few hours at the free health clinic to find out if it's AIDS. Oh, ain't that America? You and me, babe. Ain't that America? Something to see, babe. Ain't that America? Home of the free now. Little pink house is bad for you and me.